Welcome to Coffee and Comics. I'm your host, Jay Wheeler. As you know, this is Frederick.
Hello.
Also, this episode is sponsored by Scattered Comics.
Scattered Comics.
Where if
.com.
.com. I always forget to mention .com. Where all your scattered needs for comic books are at scatteredcomicbooks.com.
Scatteredcomics.com.
Yes. What did I say?
Scatteredcomicbooks.com.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
All right. So, a lot has happened since we've last talked. Also, there's some Super Bowl trailers we got to talk about. Arrow we got to talk about.
Yeah.
Some depressing news from DC Comics that we got to talk about. Flash, they have announced that who Iris is going to be. And also, there's going to be a sketch that we're doing. And the sketch is going to be Frederick.
It's, I guess this is my version of your interpretation of the new casting for the Superman movie.
Okay.
Of, Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor.
Yeah, that's something I never thought I'd hear, ever.
I don't know. Did you want to talk about that for a minute?
The game Watch Dogs that supposedly was supposed to be out last November and then was supposed to be out this February. There's some horrible things that I hear about, so we'll talk about that as well. All right, now, yes, Jesse Eisenberg. If you don't know and you live under a rock, or you not have internet access.
It's pretty much the same thing.
Right, but if you don't have internet access, why are you watching this? I don't know. Yeah. That makes no sense.
How are you watching it?
Yes. How are you watching this? If you're watching this at like a Best Buy or anywhere that's get internet access.
You've made it to Best Buy.
Thank you. And secondly, sorry if my eyes keep going this way, because Doctor Who is right on, and it's Matt Smith, Doctor Who, so, you know, I'm jonesing for some doctor, so that's why. Anyways, so, yeah, that'd be nice. Frederick over here is sketching, Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. First of all, what the crap? Like, really? Like, I'm all for view and then review kind of person, but this is getting to be ridiculous. For real. I mean, first you push it back, now you're getting a guy that has nothing to do with superheroes at all. And you're not Marvel, okay, DC? You're not Marvel. You can't take people that you would never think to be in superhero movies and think it's going to work. Stop. Stop now, because you're not following Marvel's plan anyways. So, I say... By the way, Jesse Eisenberg has stated on Conan O'Brien that this man gets horrible anxiety before movies. Now, to cast Jesse Eisenberg as a staple to Superman's universe. You think he has anxiety now? Good Lord, this man may
collapse.
He may not go out ever. I'm pretty sure when he signed a contract, his agent and Zack Snyder and DC Comics were like, "Listen, do not go on the internet at all. Don't go onto Twitter. Don't go onto Facebook. Don't watch TV. Don't do any of that, because your life, you will hate your life in a matter of 2 seconds if you go on the internet." Now, granted, I'm not saying I hate this guy. I'm not saying that I don't hate this guy for playing this role. No, I'm not that kind of person.
I like Zombieland.
We're not that kind of people where, you know, we shit on people. We're human beings. We know people have feelings. So I am just saying, my opinion
Go ahead.
is that I don't think this was the best choice ever.
Okay. I agree. I would like to say the other side of it, though.
Right, go ahead.
when I found out that Heath Ledger was going to be the Joker,
Right.
I was mortified. I was crushed. I said, no way. Of all the possible people that could have played the Joker, why the guy from 10 Things I Hate About You? I don't know. But after seeing Heath Ledger as the Joker, I don't know if I ever want to see anybody else portray that character. Not to say that Jesse Eisenberg is going to Heath Ledger this role.
Right.
But I'll reserve any kind of judgment.
Yeah.
Who knows what they're going to try? You know
Right.
what I mean? So I think the angry nerd inside of me is getting smaller and smaller, where it's like, yeah, whatever. That's cool. We'll see. I'm sure they're going to put their work into it. They're not just going to throw it together and hand it out to us. So
Right.
we'll see.
Right. And I've read too that Zack Snyder had said that Jesse Eisenberg is a great fit for this Lex Luthor that they want to go with. And they have an idea of what way Lex Luthor should go in this new movie. Now, granted, okay. Then, I am not like saying I'm going to boycott this movie or anything like that. I'm not shitting on Jesse Eisenberg because I do love you in Social Network and Zombieland. But, like he said, when you first hear an actor playing an iconic comic book character that we've read for countless years and have watched countless people play that person, there's that point where it's like,
I mean, you're following in the footsteps of like what Gene Hackman and
Michael Rosenbaum.
No, who was the Kevin Spacey?
Yeah,
I mean that was not a good Superman, but Kevin Spacey
as Lex
Luthor is such a great idea.
Right, and then Michael Rosenbaum as Lex Luthor in the Smallville universe. Yeah. It was a great Lex Luthor, perfect Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Now, so before I go too far into it,
Let me cross that out.
Too far into the whole of DC Comics. We'll wait and we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, let's just wait and see.
Yeah. So, all right. Segueing into DC comic books,
This one?
we are talking about Jeremy Irons as Alfred. Now, some people said, "Hey, wait, a real British actor playing a British guy." First of all,
Michael Caine.
Yeah, Michael Caine was British.
Yeah.
So I think both Alfreds have been British. So I don't know what that guy is talking about.
And I think this time around they're going for that former spy with a really cool background, Alfred Pennyworth, which Jeremy Irons is like, man, that almost makes too much sense.
Yeah.
To cast him as a formerly badass butler
that
of
is
the Dark Knight.
Right, that is going to help another badass. So
why not?
Yeah. I think that's great. I think, I think it sucks that we constantly have to keep changing characters that play in 3 movies, and then they're almost like Time Lords, or almost like James Bond characters.
Yeah, why not?
Where that same person will play a person 3 times, and then in the 4th movie, you're like, well, time to restart.
Yeah.
Which kind of gets
old. You can't make Home Alone Part 3 and not cast Macaulay Culkin. You might as well just reboot. I don't know why I referenced Home Alone, but that was
that's a good idea because of what happened to Batman in the 90s, where they went from 2 movies of Michael Keaton to Val Kilmer
to George
Clooney, and then to Christian Bale, and now to Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
So it's a cool thing to think that Batman and James Bond could be Time Lords.
Yeah.
Because they constantly are changing after every 3rd movie.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of GIFs and comic book things out there. Which actually there's one I've read and loved where the Joker sees Batman like bleeding out, right? And he's laughing, going, oh my god, this is finally it. This is gonna be it. And then all of a sudden, the Time Lord kind of like regeneration starts happening, right? And the Joker's like scratches his head, going, "Wait a minute, you're a Time Lord, Bats?" And Batman's like, "Yeah, how else do you think I fit all of my stuff in my utility belt. It's bigger on the inside. And so finally he regenerates, and he's still the same Batman, but he's fine now. And so then, that I think that's awesome. And then there's Matt Myra of the Nerds podcast has talked about his idea of like 007 being a Time Lord because there's constant changes in James Bond. So I think that's a cool idea.
I think random thought. I'd like to see a new James Bond where Sean Connery is the bad guy.
That's been every 007
Has that
fanboy's
ever?
dream.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm not a 007 fan or anything like that. I'm not a huge, follower of it. But that's always been the back of my mind. Like that would be pretty cool to see original 007 be 007's nemesis.
Right, but I think Sean Connery is so against 007 now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, since the whole feud and stuff like that.
Oh, I'm out of the loop on that.
Oh yeah, there's a great documentary called Everything or Nothing on Netflix. Should check that out.
Everything or Nothing.
Yeah, because it explains all of 007.
Nice.
Stuff like that. All right, now over to the Arrow section of this podcast. Okay, now we have seen Arrow. Hopefully you have too. And Marcus, if you haven't seen Arrow yet, turn this off right now.
Spoilers.
Because they're spoilers. Roy Harper.
Yeah. What do you think of Super Roy?
Super Roy makes a lot of sense to the comic books, which is pretty awesome. Now, is he going to get his own outfit? I don't know.
I'm sure they're headed that way.
Right, but at the same time, I think it'll be a lot different than what everyone thinks it would be. I don't think it's going to be a direct copy of Arrow's outfit.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be
His
more
own young Abercrombie spin on it.
I hope not, but I think it's going to be more of a street kind of costume,
Yeah.
And I do hope that he learns how to shoot bows.
Yeah.
Because that would be cool. Oliver revealing who he is. I kind of knew that was going to happen at the end.
Had to. They set it up too many times.
Right. So
did last time did we talk about like a correlation between Roy Harper on the Miracle versus comic book Roy Harper as a heroin addict? Did we mention that?
No, we didn't.
Because I was thinking at some point down the line, if it starts to wear off and then he becomes addicted to it, and we could almost mirror that image of Oliver walking in and saying, "Not Speedy."
Right.
He's got the arrow or the needle.
Right.
Because he's addicted to the power of the.
Miracle.
I think without making him a heroin addict on a CW show, that'd be maybe.
I don't think it would be. That would be nice. That would be a cool story. But I think it would be more. I think they're going towards the more trying to get Roy to control his.
Yeah. And it's also a good reason for this Oliver to bring this Roy into the organization.
Right.
Because otherwise it would be like, why would I put this kid in harm's way? Now it's like, I've got to keep him, which is the harm, out of everybody else's way. So that's cool. It's gonna
be pretty cool.
Do you think, with the setup of the other thing they did at the end of the episode,
with the Suicide Squad?
Do you think Roy Harper is ever going to join that team?
No. Roy Harper never joins the Suicide Squad in the comic books either.
Okay.
No, it's like the Suicide Squad is like the theme to like Triple X.
Yeah.
It takes bad guys to catch bad guys.
Like Thunderbolts or something.
Yeah, it takes like second tier or second tier kind of bad guys
versus the X-Men.
Right.
Where it's like they'll do the things that you won't do.
See, right here. See, as we have the Suicide Squad, just basically, like I said, is full of second tier amazing bad guys that are well known, but at the same time they're not like star bad guys.
Yeah.
Like Harley Quinn, we know is Joker's girlfriend.
Yeah.
But after the New 52, Joker being gone, Harley Quinn is kind of lost, and so she's trying to find out who she can be. Right. And so Amanda Waller asked her to join. We also have one of the Court of Owls on there. I think that's what.
Is that who that is?
I think so.
I'll have to
And
get
then we
into
have
that.
Deadshot, which is an Arrow character as well, but also, if you don't know your Batman history, was supposedly Batman's first nemesis before the Joker.
Really?
Right.
Didn't know
See, a lot of people don't know that. So again, second tier bad guys coming together to work, to be basically blackmailed to work for the government. And it's hard to have. Again, it's hard to have bad guys have a boss.
Under control.
Yeah.
Keep them under wraps.
Right. So, yeah, it's a good series. It's just let's hope that the the actual team that they make will be better.
So who do you predict that they would? I mean, obviously Bronze Tiger.
Right.
Do you think Deadshot would probably come
Yes.
back for that?
Yes.
Do you think they're going to introduce any Batman? Do you think Harley Quinn is going to come around?
I think they'll get a girl
Who's supposed to be a Harley Quinn archetype?
who goes. They will probably call her code name Harley.
Mm-hmm.
They'll probably make it like a code name. Say
She'll pull up on a Harley.
yeah, some sort of some sort of motorcycle, but I don't think she'll have. I don't think she'll have the face makeup.
Mm.
I think she'll just be a crazy woman
with pigtails.
Yes, and will reference the Joker, but not say his name.
Yeah,
she'll probably be like.
She'll probably say pudding.
That, or she'll say that she's used to dating psychotic boyfriends.
That'd be nice and
So
subtle.
Psychotic boyfriends that have a dark complex,
yeah,
or something like that. That's what I think.
I mean, the show it's touching so close to Batman.
Yes.
That I almost feel like standing up and saying, "Look, they're gonna cross this movie universe and this TV." And I know we disagree on that, on the possibility of it. But they've already touched on the League of Shadows, which is coming back next week.
Right.
Suicide Squad.
Right.
I mean, they're introducing a lot of elements to not bleed over into other things.
Yeah, but also too, Central City is here's where my nerding comes into. Central City is about, let's say, 8 hours away from Gotham City. In geological standpoint, Central City, or what they call it in Arrow universe.
Wait, are you talking about Star City?
Star City, sorry.
Being Starling?
Starling City is about 8 hours away from Gotham City. So, so that's probably why, stuff gets crossed over.
And they mentioned Bloodhaven quite a bit.
Right. So, also, too, Central City is not that far away from Starling City, too. So, it's really close. If you ever notice how, like, comic book cities are pretty close to each other. Because, like, Batman can get to Metropolis in, like, 3 hours.
I mean, with technology that he has available. But is there anywhere that I could get, like, a map of, like, this is where Gotham is, this is where Metropolis is? They're all in the same state.
I'm sure you can find that on the internet, but I don't think there's, like...
No official
I think you should do
DC
that.
sponsor. Do you think I should do that?
I think you should do that.
Oh, we'll see. It'll be like a long-term genealogy type of project.
A passion project?
Yeah.
That you could probably sell, too.
Probably. That sounds interesting.
I would buy that. All right, so now we did Arrow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So our childhood, if you were 28, 29,
30, 31.
Yeah, that range. If you were born in the 80s, or born in the beginning of the 80s or the middle 80s, and you are us now, you know that the Ninja Turtles were amazing people.
Yeah.
It was an amazing cartoon.
Yeah.
Amazing movies. They keep rebooting them every, 4 years?
Half a decade, maybe.
Half a decade. Michael Bay is tending to ruin that. Now, I say that because I've seen the images of the Turtles. I think we all have seen the new images of the Turtles. And ironically, this artist over here had drawn that kind of turtles before,
Yeah.
but I don't think he did it that extreme.
No.
Now,
And the idea behind mine was this is an extreme version of the Turtles. This
Right.
isn't their default look. This
Right.
isn't how you would see Leonardo. He would look like this. It was just the idea of Leonardo is the disciplined swordsman, and let's run with that. Let's take him to Japanese, Japanese influences with his looks. Let's make Donatello gadgety and almost a Batman type of character with all the inventions. And did you hear about Michelangelo's shoes?
he has shoes?
Yeah, I guess he's gonna have sneakers where the front is cut off so that his toes can wiggle. I think that's by far the dumbest thing I've heard about this.
Are you that's the dumbest thing? You don't
I think
never
so.
mind the puka shells and the sunglasses hanging off the puka shells and the board shorts
He
that
has
is
tennis shoes.
and board shorts.
Custom made tennis shoes.
And board shorts.
I had a Michelangelo toy that had board shorts. Tennis shoes. On a You know what?
On a
though?
turtle?
Honestly, I'm just glad that there's going to be a live action Ninja Turtles coming out, and that
With Megan Fox.
I'm going to get to watch it.
With Megan Fox as April O'Neil.
I would have went with a quirkier casting for
Mhm.
April.
Mhm.
I probably would have done even somebody like Judy Greer or
Right.
I heard somebody say Zoe Deschanel.
That would have been amazing.
I think I'd have preferred that over Megan Fox. I guess they're
Right.
just going to go all the way out sex bot with April. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'd like a quirkier, weirder
Right.
casting. But
Right. Also, did you know the guy that played Aquaman in the Smallville series is, I believe, supposed to be Leonardo?
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. But if you haven't seen the images, they have, again, like Frederick said, Leonardo is supposed to be the whole samurai feng shui. And yes, I said feng shui. And I know it's not the correct usage,
It sounds right.
but the turtles aren't the correct way. So I'm using feng shui in the incorrect way. It made sense in my head.
Are you feeling more boycotty with this movie, or do you feel like I'm gonna see it regardless?
I'm gonna see it, but it's not like I am excited to see it. Because I guarantee you it's gonna be a lot of action. And
I don't have a problem with that.
no, I don't have a problem with Michael Bay action. I have a
Yeah.
problem with Michael Bay trying to be like, listen, I can totally make this franchise so much better.
Although he's not the director this time around, he's just the producer.
Yes, but it's
which
Michael
is-
Bay.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, this is the man that has Optimus Prime riding a Dinobot like it's a horse.
Does he really?
Yes,
Is
if,
there a trailer?
there's
out
a
for that
trailer
now?
for the Transformers,
Really? We gotta watch that after.
and it has Optimus Prime riding the Tyrannosaurus Dinobot like like he's on a horse, and he has a sword out too. So like Optimus
So
Prime,
he's charging.
Yeah. right? And Optimus
Nice.
Prime apparently has Excalibur, and he's charging in the battle.
All right.
I was like, really? This is ridiculous.
I think I was more of a Turtles fan, but I don't know if I'm. I think I'm at the age where being protective over my childhood memories, it's not as big a deal. I think I'm just gonna watch it and be like, let's see what they did with it. Because I mean, even if you look at the X-Men movies,
Right.
that kind of ruined a little bit of my childhood too.
Right.
But they keep dropping X-Men movies. I'm gonna keep watching them. So
Yeah, it's not saying that
I
I'm
don't-
not gonna watch these movies.
yeah,
I'm just saying, could we possibly go the Marvel route? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, after seeing Marvel, and I think everyone thinks this way too, and not to say Marvel's perfect, because there's some stuff that Marvel's done that it's not perfect. Yeah. But Marvel has taken the stuff out of the comic books and actually made
Use it,
them,
all of it.
actually used them and made them into movies.
yeah.
So what you read,
No reinterpretation of
Right.
Tony Stark.
what you read in the comic books is what you're going to see in the movies. And what you see in the movies is what you see in the comic books.
Yeah.
Okay. Now X-Men, granted, X-Men has gotten better at that,
Yeah.
but
They're starting to use titles now.
Right.
Titles that we all recognize.
right, and they're starting to actually, take the characters and go off the comic books. But
But they're all standing behind Wolverine.
right, So, amplifying Wolverine, granted, Hugh Jackman is amazing. But there are other X-Men besides Wolverine. And you killed off Cyclops. So it's like, why? I mean...
Yeah. And they're going back in time. You'd figure they'd
Right.
try to find a way to bring him back or something.
Go back in time and see a younger
Wait,
Cyclops.
that happened. And
Right.
he somehow, as a high school student, found ruby quartz sunshades.
Yes.
That he wears to school, and his biggest problem is the teacher telling him to take them off in class.
Right, and he has a headache.
I want to know where the hell he got those glasses from.
Probably a subscription.
A subscription?
Yeah.
Or a prescription?
Subscription.
Subscription?
Yeah, he just is like, listen, lens crafters, please make me sunglasses. Signed, Summer Scott. Or Scott Summers.
A.K.A. Cyclops.
A.K.A. Cyclops. That's not a X-Men name. That's what I call myself.
Yeah.
By myself, when I'm alone.
And then it became, when they said, what do you want your X-Men name to be? I've always liked...
Cyclops.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, then he becomes Cyclops, and then kind of just angsty person.
I'm upset about that. And I want Kelsey Grammer back as Beast. I don't like the Cats version of Beast that they had on First Class.
And that new one.
The way he looks now is a lot better than First Class.
Well, because it's been over time.
I don't think it ever got as good as Kelsey Grammer as Beast.
Right.
I think with his whole demeanor and sophistication, and he brings that Fraser Crane to it.
Yeah.
That was badass.
The beast that Fraser Crane or Kelsey Grammer played as was appropriate for that time.
Yeah.
This is Beast becoming Beast and learning
on his way to being Beast.
Yeah, and learning how to, be
hang
sophisticated.
Hang upside down and read books.
Yeah, sophisticated and everything like that. So
that's cool. I still want Kelsey Grammer back.
Me too. I do too. All right, now.
There's a pug touching.
Now, speaking of the Flash, a while back, we kind of got on a tangent.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. I don't care. Iris has been cast for the Flash TV show. And Iris is going to be the daughter of the detective that is going to be in the TV show as well.
So she's going to be another Laurel Lance?
Kind of.
It's a thing to date the head detective's daughter, huh?
In comic books, yes, that's how you bring people together.
Okay. My dad's been investigating and found something really strange.
Right. But at the same time, this is going to be amazing because I don't think they're going to date right away.
Yeah.
I think they're just kind of he's going to save her once and,
she'll develop a weird fascination with the idea of this guy.
I think the Flash is going to save her. So then she'll kind of be like a Lex Luthor kind of thing where she's going to obsess with the whole situation and stuff like that.
Do you think there's going to be any Felicity Smoke in the beginning of Flash?
I think so. Because like I said, I think they're going the whole like Patty route, but they won't. I think they'll go Patty for a while, and then kind of just like it will pit her off because they live in two different states.
Yeah.
And they are two different heroes.
I think I'll enjoy The Flash the same way I enjoy Arrow.
Right.
Because I didn't know a lot about Arrow when I went into the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know a lot about Flash. I think I spend a lot more time drawing comics than reading them. But I'm excited. Either way.
Yeah, you have a career in comic books. I would say I'm saying you're more into it than I am. I mean, I make a point to, do a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
But I have real jobs that I need to do in order to do this stuff.
Support the
which, by the way, I would
habit.
If anyone important in the comic book world or entertainment business is watching this, I would like a job.
Yeah.
Because I don't really like my jobs that I like now. But I need them because I need to pay bills and be an adult.
Yeah.
So, so that's going to be awesome. Check out comicbookmovies.com for the picture of Iris and her name. I cannot remember the name right now. She is pretty hot. So it's pretty awesome. Now, Watch Dogs. Guys, you know that game that we all played at E3 and saw at the E3 panels and stuff like that. And that was supposed to come out in November, but didn't. And then was supposed to come out, I think, either January or February this year, but didn't. Um, Apparently, and they pushed it back. Apparently, someone put an order in for an express abandonation. Abandon. How do you say that word? Abandonation. Something like that. Abandonment. Basically.
I was trying to figure out what you were trying
I
to
was
say.
trying to figure out too. I don't know how to talk sometimes.
Abandonment.
Abandonment on the name. And so Ubisoft was going to lose. They were basically, Ubisoft basically was saying, listen, we don't want this name anymore. So, cancel our, payment on the name. Now, Ubisoft didn't realize that, excuse me, the president of Ubisoft didn't realize that this was going on until later on. And so they were trying to get it fixed, but for some reason, someone said that someone learned how to forge the president's name, signature, and signed it on the forms for the amendment, which doesn't look good for everyone that's been waiting for this game. Because this game's pretty awesome.
It looks pretty awesome.
But it keeps getting delayed. And we're kind of like, what the crap, guys? Everyone was excited for it. There was a girl who was an awesome cosplayer. Her first name is Lindsay. I want to say her last name is Ills. I'm sorry. Lindsay, if you're watching this, thank you, first of all. Secondly, I'm sorry I messed up your name. She's friends with Jessica Negri. Look those two up. They're amazing cosplay models. But she cosplayed as the Watchdog guy because of the gameplay and everything and all the excitement going on. But, it's kind of been a long time since then. So, I don't know what's going on with that. I hope that they resolve that situation and Watch Dogs comes out this summer because I would like to play the game as well. It's an amazing concept. So
I don't think there's anything game-wise that I'm looking forward to. I think this is the first time in a long time where I'm not looking forward to anything.
Yeah, there's
after
not
Arkham Origins. Really, there's I don't know.
There's not a lot. I'm looking forward to Uncharted 4.
Really?
That's coming out on the PS. That's coming out of the PS4. But as Xbox One comes to mind, the only thing that I'm like, all right, I'll play it is Titanfall. But other than that, I'm not like super excited for anything else.
Yeah. I'd like to play Infamous 3, but
yeah,
I'm not excited about it.
There's no more BioShock. There's no more. What is it? I wanted to say Uncharted, but there's an Uncharted coming out.
Yeah.
I don't know when, but yeah, there's not a lot of games that I'm excited for either. So
usually at launch, I'm more excited about something.
Yeah, but I'm rather thinking of buying a PS3 and just getting all, or I can just get it at PS4 and then get a subscription to the PS4 net or the PSN network, and I'll be able to play all the PS games.
Backwards compatible?
Yeah, no, it's more like a Netflix kind of thing where you can go from PlayStation 1 all the way to 3 and just like pick games that you want to play.
That's cool.
So I thought that was pretty awesome. What else?
I'd like to make a random nomination.
Random nominations.
So we've all been kind of in the loop and like out of the loop and back in the loop about Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool.
Right.
I've been following this like a nerd. I have a new nomination. I would like to see Andy Samberg as Deadpool. If you watch the show Brooklyn Nine-Nine and watch him and just think about him playing Deadpool, I think he would totally knock it out of the park with like several months of training and whatever. I'd like to say that.
That would be pretty awesome. Andy Samberg as Deadpool.
Not to down Ryan Reynolds.
No.
I still think he'd be awesome. But if he decides he doesn't want to do it, Andy Samberg for Deadpool.
Would be pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, one last thing before we go. A few Power Ranger fanatics out there. The new Super Meg Force is coming out February 15th and it is already February what 4th, 5th?
Yes,
4th. It's already February 4th. I'm getting pretty excited. To not for the show itself because I did a thing where I saw the Legendary War, the Japanese one, and so I was like, that was amazing. Then I stumbled upon the 2 episodes of the Japanese Super Mega Force, and they don't call it Super Mega Force; they call it Gokaija, and I'm kind of more excited to see how they take the amazing Japanese version and make it into an American version. Because the Japanese version makes so much more sense to what they're doing than I think the American one's going to be. Because the Japanese version is they're space pirates, and it's kind of like Firefly, where they left their planet because they didn't like how things were running in their planet, so they came together, like all these people came together and they got on a ship and they took off, and it's a spaceship, but it's in the form of a pirate ship, which is
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that way and Firefly at the same time.
Nice.
So it's pretty and the Japanese people that do it are amazing. They take the characters and just like make them amazing characters.
I think I'm not a fan of Japanese to American just in general.
Yeah.
Not on anything in particular.
Right.
But usually when I see something that was Japanese and then it comes out and it's like, oh, did you know that used to be a Japanese? I usually am not a fan of that stuff.
When I was liking the Power Rangers and a guy was like, did you know they came out as Japanese first? I'm like, what? Come on. And now that I've seen it, I'm like, okay, I understand now because
It's a completely different film style. When you see them as the Power Rangers and when you see them in their Saved by the Bell world, it's like...
Yeah, I think that this is not to knock Americans, but I think that other countries take the passions of our stuff, take what they do with their passion as they make it amazing. They put all of their effort and heart into this stuff. Not to say that America doesn't do that, but... They're starting to, but let's look at the superheroes that we have now. Thor, Australian. Batman, Australian. Superman, English. Wonder Woman, Brazilian.
Wolverine,
Australian. You see where I'm going with this? There's not a lot of American actors playing well-known superheroes. Okay, so... Arrow,
Ra's
Canadian.
Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul, yeah. Arrow's Canadian. Felicity's Canadian. Come on. So when I say that I'm more excited to see how Americans take the Super Mega Force people, or how Americans take the Gokaija and turn it into Super Mega Force, I'm more excited to see how that goes. By the way, American toys for Super Mega Force are horrible compared to the Gokaija toys. The Gokaija toys actually do the sounds that the show does.
Nice.
Like the gun. The gun for the American version is like this. This is how small it is.
Is that the one you were showing me last week?
Yes. The Japanese version of the gun is the actual size, and it does everything that the show would do. Not to mention the keys for the Gokaija Morpher are bigger than the American ones. Like the American ones are this big, right? And the Gokaija ones are like this big. So it's...
That's what she said.
But, alright. That's all I want to talk about Power Rangers today. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks to Ben for letting us do our video here at Empire Comic Books Vault.
On Fulton.
Come here because he has everything, basically.
Yeah, everything.
Every comic book.
A quick.
Well, I'll do that later.
Yeah.
All comic books that you ever could dream of are here.
All of them.
All
Even
of them.
Hybrid Earth.
Yes.
Issue 1.
There's a whole bunch of local comic books on the wall on the other side of where we are. Yeah, everything from DC, Marvel, Dark Horse, all of them. Scattered. So, yes, we thank him. We thank you for watching again. Please read more comic books. Please follow this guy on Facebook.
Yeah. I can't flash. I don't have a card.
Right.
But go to scatteredcomics.com and you'll find me there.
Follow the show at Facebook.comics&coffee. You can follow me at Short Nerdy Guy on the Twitter and the Facebook and the Instagram. All the same name. So, thanks. And
you want to thanks to Jesse Eisenberg?
Yes, there's the sketch.
Where is it?
Look at that.
He's saying kryptonite, and he's saying super crabs.
Yeah. So that's
Jesse Eisenberg, aka Lex Luthor,
right,
with his kryptonite. Even though I know they don't use kryptonite rock, whatever.
Right.
Shut up.
Right.
I drew his kryptonite rock.
And then this right here is Superman dying.
Yeah.
So.
Go Jesse.
Yes. So. All right. Now, I will say good day and have a good day.
I said good day.
Yes.